long hair that is slicked back, and then he completely shaved his head. So for that, congratulations for going from pedophile to neo-Nazi. We salute you.
That's it? All right. Listen, a lot of you guys probably think I'm just gonna roast Julie about her height. But no, I'll do her weight as well. I'll cover all the bases. Just like when Julie sits down on a baseball field. When Julie was growing up, she used to love to play with dolls. And it wasn't until she was 10 that she finally outgrew them. And Julie loves comedy, she really loves comedy, and she was telling me something she learned was like the first 5 seconds on stage are the most important. Which is really difficult for Julie, because she spends the first 5 seconds trying to climb the microphone stands. Which, I'm not a bad guy, I'm a nice guy, so I'm going to start off this roast by giving Julie a present, actually. This is your own mic stand.
Okay, that was a long one. That was a long one.
Right? Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yes, Cameron! I hold this, I don't care. Okay. So one thing you should know about Cameron is that actually his therapist told him to do stand-up comedy, which is the only time a therapist advocated for self-harm. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you. Julie had really high dreams for her career. No pun intended. And now she's stuck in an office job in Lazarsko. And I asked Julie, I'm like, oh, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I'm a project manager. I was like, oh, cool. She's like, well, it's more like a team leader. I was like, okay. She's like, well, it's actually more like sales. It's kind of like HR. It's pretty much just recruiting. Now, I'm not suggesting that Julie has a Napoleon complex. But I'm saying it. Julie has a Napoleon complex. And Julie, she likes to, look, I can't roast her. I think she's doing better than me in her career. She's trying. She's at least trying to climb some kind of ladder. Even if it's just the one on the side of her dollhouse.
Just a multitasking boss bitch, I'm sorry! Sorry for being successful. So Cameron is from the city of Canberra, in Australia. And I think there are a lot in common between Cameron and Canberra. Because Canberra is the least memorable city in Australia. Just like Cameron is the least memorable comedian in the lineup tonight.
Oh! Didn't I get named as a judge, though?
That was a mistake.
Just like no.
Just
okay.
like, yeah.
One of the trickiest places for Julie to go on a date is an amusement park. Because obviously, no one would invite her on a date. No, she gets it. Julie once got invited to a date to play mini golf, except for her, it was just regular golf. And Julie also likes bowling, and all I can say is lucky that Julie doesn't have an extra hole down there, otherwise people might mistake you as the ball.
I invite guys to dates, yes. Okay, so if you may know, in Australia, the bush is a term that refers to a natural and developed a natural and developed area, which just reminds me of Cameron's brain. And also, since he's from the city, the only bush he has seen was his sister's.
And my mom's.
Even my mom's.
When Julie gets high, she just gets average.
Just like her comedy.
When Julie gives a blowjob,
I do.
she does. When Julie gives a blowjob, she doesn't get on her knees. The guy gets on her knees.
Happens a lot.
Final round.
So Cameron is a carpenter, like Jesus. Like Jesus, he's a pacifist because he was never killed on stage. But, unlike Jesus, he can't even get 12 followers and he has to pay a prostitute to hang out with him.
Julie, don't tell me you're a prostitute.
You didn't pay me. You sell me money, bitch.
Last round, right? Yeah. All right. Really good joke is about to come.
So am I.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Julie often complains that people won't sleep with her, which is confusing because Julie is bisexual, which means she has access to every single human on earth. But Julie is a different type of bisexual. She's a type of bisexual. She'll bring a man or woman back to her house, and Julie will start to take off her clothes. And the other person will be like, bye!
Okay. I can't believe he answered it like that.
That was the best I had.
Okay. Give it up for our opponent.